Sephora.
At first blush, Marsai Martin appears to be like any other teen, wowed by the bright lights of New York's Times Square.
Look at this. Oh my God.
Until a moment like this reminds us all of just how big this 14-year-old really is.
I can't breathe.
Marsai's meteoric ascent to the iconic billboards of Times Square largely started when she landed the role of Diane, the mischievous twin on ABC's hit show Blackish. Not long after the show premiered 5 years ago, the then 10-year-old actress pitched the idea for a movie.
How does that work? At 10 years old, you decide, I'm just going to sashay into Universal Studios and pitch a movie.
Well, it's longer than that. It's like a longer process. Yeah, it's like, hey. But no, it wasn't just me, since it was like Tracy Oliver and Kenya Barris was in there. They kind of like guided me to what I should say.
I wish you were little.
What she said sold them on the idea of doing a body swap movie
in the Black Jesus
called Little.
Your body can't fit into my clothes. This is squats. This is Pilates.
That body looks like Baby Gap, Gymboree, Oshkosh Bagosh to me.
Oh, you get on my nerves.
She not only landed herself a starring role, but earned herself the title of the youngest executive producer of a studio film ever.
How does that feel?
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy to hear the title. It's nuts, because when my parents told me, I was like, nah, you lying. I was like, there was way more before me. Stop. Me being a little black girl and being 14, of course that doesn't happen all the time. So I feel like I'm not doing this.
This is regardless of color. This is just
this is just in general,
yes.
you know? And it's great that it happens to be me.
Little is a tribute to Tom Hanks' classic movie Big, with a modern twist.
How did you go from this to this? You went to bed grown and then you woke up
Little.
But that's for white people, because black people don't have the time.
Marsai shares a role with Regina Hall.
You better stop quivering that lip.
They both play Jordan Sanders,
Are you awake?
Yeah, I'm awake. I was just meditating. Wake up!
tech executive who inspires fear in all she encounters.
So when would I sleep?
When I'm not calling. I mean, am I being unreasonable?
I'm single, but not looking.
Playing the role of Jordan's assistant is Issa Rae, the creator of HBO's hit show Insecure.
What was the set like of Little? Because it was kind of all black everything, right? I mean, actors, directors, producers, all around.
It was beautiful. It was a beautiful
Yeah.
set, and we just all felt comfortable, lots of laughter, lots of understanding. And no, that's not typical. You know, just being on other sets where I've been like, what? This is crazy. Like, no one made any kind of effort to make sure that behind the scenes there were more women, there were more people of color.
Marsai is now hoping to change the normal, pushing for more representation in the industry.
It's Marsai, and I'm going to be showing you guys Genius Productions.
She's even started her own production company, Genius Productions. Marsai's mother, Carol, says she knew her daughter had it even as a baby, even before she started belting out Beyonce as a 6-year-old.
How did you know when you had this little girl, right? She does her first commercial at 5. I have a star on my hands.
You know what? I didn't know star. I just knew big personality, and I knew that talent. Like, I can really see that, like, she had a gift.
Marsai Martin.
Now she's sharing that gift with the world. She just won 2 NAACP Image Awards. And her makeup tutorials on Instagram have garnered nearly 1 million followers.
She is very mature, but she is also very much, you know, a kid.
So as a mom, are you very conscious of putting limits and saying no still?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm still a mom. It doesn't matter that, you know, she has almost 1 million followers on Instagram or whatever. The momming doesn't change because of that. So there's, you know, she's a regular teenager. So there's nails. That's a challenge. She wants to get acrylics, and that's not really a thing yet. So we do press-on nails. We find a happy medium.
Do you feel like you're still just a typical, regular old 14-year-old girl?
Yeah, I mean, I still talk about regular things. You know, I talk about boys. I talk about the regular things that you
You're
know.
out there like bike riding.
Both Marsai and Ray say they want to create narratives that represent black women in a more multifaceted way.
We're not just one person, we're not just one personality. I think that was a source of so much frustration for a while. That's why it's important to just show our nuances in all their glory. And I think both of us are committed to telling those stories that reflect that.
When I was growing up, well, I'm still growing up, but when I was small, there was like one black girl on TV, and you know, she was known as like the sassy one with the tutu and saying all the time, you know. So for me, I thought that's how they saw us, and so I feel like this was very important for us to tell our story and who we are as people.
At just 14, she's already taken control of her own narrative and then some. And while she may be little, she's already a boss.
I read once that someone asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you said a legend.
Yeah, I was small. I was tiny when I said that, but I still stick to it.
All right, everybody, please welcome Marsai Martin. Now, let me tell you something. This young lady has also won 7 NAACP Image Awards. You founded a production company called Genius Productions, where you already have a staff of 6. You're the youngest filmmaker to receive a production deal ever. What? Now look, when did you decide to become such a boss?
You know, being a boss is like relative. So in my family, like I was like born like around bosses and leaders of their own stuff. So I feel like that's just in my genes, you know? You know, like when you like feel it?
Really?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's talk about this film you got, because it's called Little. Tell us what it's about and how you came up with the concept.
Well, long story short, my mom's favorite movie growing up was Big, starring Tom Hanks. And, you know, with my parents, they showed me, like, classical films, movies, and one of them was Big. And I saw it, and I was like, what if we change this into, like, a modern perspective, more of a fresh take, and maybe have a female empowerment all-black cast, you know? I think something like that is cool. Yeah, so... Now that we have Little coming out on April 12th, it's about a tech mogul that has her own company, and all the employees that work for her don't really like her because she's really mean. She's not the nicest person to work with. So one day someone takes it the wrong way. She gets into an argument with like a 10-year-old and wishes her Little to go back into her true self and who she really was, and which was me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Because it takes courage to do what you do. I've been in a lot of pitch meetings. When you were pitching the idea that you had, were you afraid that they wouldn't take it seriously? How do people react when you walk in the room?
I pitched the film when I was 10. I didn't really know what nervous and being afraid was, so I was like, I don't know why y'all mad. Like, I got this like suit on, I'm ready to go, you know? I had that type of vibe where it was like, shh, they're just people. I could just talk to them about anything, so.
Yeah, it's so good to be 10.
Yeah. I was like, I'm way nervous now than when I was at 10, so.
Oh, yeah, because now you understand.
Now I know my surroundings. I'm
right.
Sure, so.
And let's talk to you about this, because this movie also stars Issa Rae, Regina Hall, and there's and a cameo by one of my favorite people, Tracee Ellis Ross. One of my favorite people, man. It's both produced and directed by African-American females.
Yeah.
Are you hoping to inspire people with this film?
Yes, of course. In many ways, there's so many great and powerful meanings into the film, but just having like an all-black cast and just being more diverse and inclusive in everything that we do, we just want to inspire people like from any age, any nationality that, you know, you can actually do this. And I think leading by example, people will understand that they could do whatever they want. So this was great.
What's next for you? What are you thinking of doing?
I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot. It's a lot of things in the pipeline now. More Blackish, of course, you know.
Yeah.
You get to see Blackish more. Yeah. And just to keep on moving forward to doing what I love. I'm planning to do this for a long time, so.
My grandson he'll be 4 pretty soon. And if you're not dating anybody in 15, 20 years. Hey, when we come back, we're gonna be playing a little game with Marsai, so don't go away. When we come back, we'll find out what it is. I'm gonna show you a photo of a famous female mogul.
Okay.
I'm gonna show it to you when they were little. You gotta try to guess who it is, and I have one clue that I can give you if you get stuck, okay?
Okay. Got it.
Are you ready?
No.
Okay, that's what I like. All right, here's the first one. Here's the picture.
Oh, Beyonce, what the heck? It's Beyonce. She looks the same.
She looks the same.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
No, she don't. All right, here's the next photo.
Oh, Kylie Jenner? I love her too, so.
Okay, am I being punked? Is this? She know these people?
Yeah, it's Kylie Jenner.
Dog, I would never, ever have guessed who that was. Here's the next photo.
Oh, Michelle Obama? I haven't even seen these yet.
Huh?
I haven't even seen these yet.
You've never seen these pictures?
Well, I've seen a few of them like online and stuff, but they didn't tell me backstage. They literally look alike.
Well, I might could have got that one.
Yeah.
All right, here's the next photo.
Oh, Shonda Rhimes.
You know that Shonda Rhimes?
Yeah, I love her. She's amazing.
Here's the next photo.
Oprah.
You get a car, you get a car, you get a car. You're not driving, are you?
Yeah, I drive this year. I get my permit this year, guys. So I need a car.
You get a permit at 14?
I turned 15 this year, and you get your permit at 15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I need a car.
Yeah. Well. Bet that movie can buy one. You'll be able to buy one after this movie. Hey, Marsai, you are a real jewel. Thank you for stopping by. I think you're absolutely fabulous. Hey, you can catch her movie, Little. Little is in theaters right now, everybody. Go check it out. We'll be right back.
We started talking about it. My parents were really into it, and we talked to Kenny Barris, which is the creator of Blackish. We talked to him about it. He loved it, and then we went to Will Packer, and then Universal, and now we're here. And growing up, I didn't see a lot of me on the screen, like a lot of young black girls that looked like me that I can look up to in the industry. So me having the opportunity to create things that I love and that I want everyone to feel comfortable in and be accepted by is absolutely amazing. And I'm so happy that everyone is looking at it and being inspired by it. So I'll keep on moving forward.
Congrats.
Thank you.
What's your plan? What's your next step?
My goal is to just keep on creating things that I love to do. So definitely more producing. I want to get into directing
Right.
and just writing and learning new things.
And you're gonna do
And I want her to hire me.
That's
Yep.
Finger down if you've kissed over 5 people. Put a finger down if you've been pulled over while driving. Put a finger down if your body count is larger than 3. Put a finger down if you've ever stolen your friend's man. Put a finger down if you've ever farted in class. Put a finger down if you've ever shoplifted. Put a finger down if you've ever been in a physical fight. Put a finger down if you've ever been arrested. Put a finger down if you've ever caused a car crash. Put a finger down if you ever got caught vaping in the bathroom. Put a finger down if you've ever been fired from your job. Put a finger down if you've ever done drugs. Put a finger down if you've ever gotten a detention. Put a finger down if you have a tattoo. Put a finger down if you've ever been cheated on. Put a finger down if you've ever failed a class. Put a finger down if you have over 5 piercings. Put a finger down if you've ever snuck out.
People, they want to get to where you are now, and then you are here now already. So where do you go? No, I'm serious. Where do you go from here? Like, I mean, you could literally be anything in the world. Like, people say that to kids all the time, but it's not true.
Well,
No, like people say that, you can be anything you are. You can't. Half of them can't. You genuinely can. Like, where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
well, a long time ago, I said I wanted to be a legend. Like when I was like very young, but
Right.
I still want to, and I think I'm getting there. But I feel like, but I think it's just taking it one step at a time. I want to just keep on creating things that I love, and that is coming from a mind of not just like a kid, but someone that hasn't had that same representation when I was younger.
Right.
So just to make sure everyone feels comfortable when they see themselves on TV, and you know, just to relate to things that people would like to see too. So just to keep on moving forward with that.
Right. It is interesting that you say that. I feel like we live in a time now when younger people are not just consuming, but becoming creators. You know, I don't know if it's social media. I don't know if it's the access to technology that maybe previous generations didn't have. But you're in a position where you can create the world that you want to see. Whereas, you know, when many generations were younger, they were like, that's the world.
Yeah.
So do you see that as an obligation, an opportunity to put faces out there that remind you of yourself?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I have so many friends that are doing amazing things also. So I want to give them a platform just to speak their mind in whatever they want to do too. And just to put out new talents that, you know, don't think their voices have been heard in the past. So just to give them the opportunity to say in whatever they want and speak their mind.
Well, I will tell you this, you are definitely a legend in our books because not only are you super successful, I think you are the youngest guest The Daily Show has ever had in
Really?
history. Yeah. So, yeah.
Thank you.
So, congratulations to you.
Here we go.
How'd you know it was a video?
Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. Wow, wow.
Feels so great just to be honored by some amazing women that are in a space to like grow even stronger is pretty great. And even like not even being college age, just to be honored by people, just being recognized in general. It's a great feeling.
You're constantly being recognized, being so young as an actor, producer, and entrepreneur. What keeps you motivated and what keeps you inspired?
What keeps me motivated? It's a lot of things, whether it's like music or my family, my friends, my baby sister. That keeps me motivated every day. But no, it's just more of you only live once. Like really, just live life to the fullest. And you're only gonna be 15 once. It's only gonna be March something 2020 something. You know, only once. So just living life to the fullest. I think that's what.
Knowing who you truly are and knowing what you can do is what makes you keep going. Overcoming the fear, I mean, number one, it was difficult at times, but I think knowing who you truly are and knowing what you can do is what makes you keep going. I think having the confidence and having the focus and being determined to get a yes is what matters. And you can always change the lanes. That's the cool thing about this whole thing. Like, oh, okay, this may not work out, so let me change it this way. Or, oh, okay, well, let me go ask this person, get their advice on things. Like, there's so many ways you can do it, and it's just all about being creative and all about being focused.
Your career, as we talked about, has this life of its own, and I was so curious as a new mom, like, how do you raise someone so poised, so amazing? And for the first time, I think, on a show, your parents, Joshua and Carol, have agreed to be on TV, and they're here in our studio. Hi. Hi, Mom and Dad. So, I mean, I make the point, you never go on shows because it's about her.
Absolutely.
But how did you know? How do we bottle this?
It was hard to not know. Like, literally, she's been this way since birth. Like, 9 months old, just kind of like, even before she could speak real words, she was like singing and mimicking different movies. So we would have had to been like blind to not realize.
Did she approach you about going into Hollywood, or how did that happen?
It just kind of happened. Like, literally, we were taking her to take some family photos, and the photographer was giving her direction, like, tilt your head to the left, tilt your head to the right. And she was about 4, and she was just like, and he was like, most kids don't know their left from right. And this, like, let me give you this card. Like, literally, he gave us every bit of information that we needed to get her going. And we were in Dallas at the time. So Hollywood wasn't really in our sights. We didn't even know Dallas had an industry, really.
Right, and it's Dallas, Texas, where we're from.
Absolutely.
But Joshua, you look like the dad who doesn't play. You know, I mean, Marsai, your dad is over there flexing. I mean, you go into Hollywood, you're from Dallas, you're raising your child, and then you've heard the rumors of Hollywood and what can happen. Were you nervous? Were you cautious? How have you handled that to make sure her soul is protected in all of this?
We just make sure that we're always around her. You know, we give her a confidence that she needs to kind of move forward on a daily basis. And, you know, we make sure our presence is felt around Hollywood as well. So people know that, you know, hey, she has a mom and a dad, and we're going to be here for her, and we're not going to let anybody, you know.
We ain't to be messed with.
That part.
That's a nice way of saying what he tried to say.
Your dad said, what is it?
Yes, like, we ain't playing.
We walking in like this.
Yes.
Now, you're homeschool or computer. How does that work with your school?
Well,
what grade are you technically in?
I'm technically in 9th.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's high school, but you're not at a high school.
Yes. Well, kind of, but not really.
Well, what is
I'll explain. It's on a computer. So, like, all my programs, reading, all of that is on a computer. And if they need to send me, like, physical copies of something, they'll just send it to me through the school inside. But I don't think I really have, like, a prom or any of that. I think it's
Will you miss that? Are you worried about missing the prom?
Oh, no.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I would like to get my education, however, like.
But the prom, you don't miss any of that?
Yeah, I used to be in public school. It really wasn't it for me. It really wasn't it for me, you know, the kids, fake people. It just happens, you know. So I love homeschool. It works for me, and it works for the kids.
I love Marsai. She was like, these other 15-year-olds, I can't. And the character also talks about feeling different from other kids. Did you experience that at all growing up in Dallas or even in the business?
Yeah.
Because it does lack diversity.
Oh, for sure. Back in Texas, funny story, I was kind of like the only black girl in like my small town. It was like 2 or 3 of us, but I was the only real one in my town. So before recess, all the white girls with straight hair would go to the water in the sink and like do this to their hair to make sure it's nice and sleek and, you know, it has that shiny tone to it, whatever. So I was like, oh, I want to do that to my hair. Oh. I was like, oh my gosh. And then it just looked so nice and stuff while they were playing on the slides and stuff. I was like, okay. So my mom straightened my hair one time because I wanted to see what it would look like, just the different styles. And I asked my mom, I was like, hey, these girls like do something to their hair like with water, and can I do that? She said no. I was like, girl, you can't do that. So I was like, okay, I won't. I didn't listen.
Oh.
So I did it, and my hair just didn't look right when I got back to the car. It said, poof.
Hey y'all, it's Marsai Martin, and to all my fellow Texans out there, please make sure to stay safe during these difficult times by wearing your mask, gloves, and everything in between to make sure you are safe out there in these streets during this very tough time for people. And also, when you are done with your disposable mask and all of your dirty gloves and your empty hand sanitizers and your empty Lysols, anything that helps you stay safe out there in these streets, please throw them in the trash. Recycle anything that belongs in the trash. Don't just throw them out here in the streets and all of that, because don't mess with Texas means do not litter.
Welcome back, everyone. We have literally watched our next guest grow up on the hit show Blackish. She's an award-winning actress, producer, and entrepreneur, and now she is using her voice in the fight to provide free lunch to all students across the country. She is joining us all the way from Los Angeles, California. Please welcome Marsai Martin. Marsai, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me. Hi.
Hi. Well, how has it been? How have you been holding up during the pandemic?
You know, it's been insane, but I'm grateful that me and my family are safe, and we're just gonna stay and chill at the house, I guess, until everything is safe and everything blows over. So we're good right now.
That's good to hear. And you are not just good, you're doing good. You're supporting an incredible cause, School Lunch for All. Tell us a little bit about why free lunch is so important for students.
Well, I mean, child hunger is a major issue before this pandemic, and even during the circumstances that they're in, the problem has been even worse, because 1 in 4 adults with children are already reporting food insecurities, and even for Black and Latinx families, it's up to 40%. So this cause has been really, really important, because we just want to support kids and even spread the word out there that this is a real issue, and people really need to spread the word for it.
Yeah, those numbers are staggering. And Marsai, I know you have a personal connection to this cause. Tell us what it is.
Of course. So my mom's mom, but my grandma, who I call my booba, was a cafeteria worker that also worked in my school as well. And she would see kids that were not eating, even my friends that weren't eating, or having cold grilled cheese sandwiches because of financial purposes for their families as well. So even my grandma would give her daily food or daily nutrients to kids, because she would just feel very bad for them and just really wanted to help them. So she passed away in 2016. So in her honor, I wanted to support the cause that she supported and really spread the word. And me and her have the same goal. So, yeah.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us, Marsai. And I know you're kicking off this campaign with the change.org petition. Tell us what this petition will do.
Yes, this petition will help our fellow leaders come on and hop on this, just being supportive of this cause, and really having our representative, Bobby Scott, shout out to him, and all the students, regardless, have income and would access free meals, even if they are learning even from their homes. So this would really spread the word out there. And if you sign the petition now, schoollunchforall.org, we can spread the word.
That's awesome. It's so wonderful to see you using your platform and your star power for such an important cause. Marsai, thank you for being with us. We hope you continue to do well. Send our love to your family, too.
Thank you so much, guys. So I was on Twitter, and a lot of people have been addressing my hair, or talking about my hair, and how it looks like a grandma's wig. And and they're talking about my veneers, and this don't look like a veneer to me. And it's hard, it's difficult to run through my mind. But I'm sorry to anyone that I offended or haven't
gotten to your expectations about how I'm supposed to be, and I apologize, and I never want to hurt anyone's feelings or have anyone worried about what my decisions are. I'm sorry. Thank you. Y'all, we are in quarantine, and we got more things to focus on than just my hair. Justice for Breonna Taylor.